agree. A little bit, but if you shut your door, it should be okay. Can I get started now?
If you feel like I'm not making noise, then go ahead.
Just shut your door.
Can you come shut it?
Ruby, what the heck?
I'm struggling with the stress right now.
Well, can I just get started? Like, if you can shut your door and be very respectful.
Oh my goodness.
Don't be rude.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
Hi guys, and Happy New Year. I hope you have had a beautiful start to your 2020.
Are you kidding me?
Words are so disrespectful. Okay, so today's video is going to be me talking about my experience modeling at the BU Fashion Parade for 2019. A few people asked me to do this video to just kind of share how that was and basically what it was all about. And not that I'm ignoring any of you guys when you message me and give me recommendations on what to do a video on, but low-key I actually haven't really done all the videos you guys have asked for, such as, you know, the fashion parts, and some people asked if I could do videos on law since I am studying law, but I don't even think I'm going to actually be doing videos regarding the law, only because I'm in a specific part of Australia and legislation changes depending on what state you're in, depending on what country you're in. And I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to say anything that's going to contradict somebody else who lives in another region. So, I mean, maybe in later time I will actually do a video, you know, just general things in the law and maybe just some tips and what I've kind of learned studying, but I don't think I'm really too keen on doing that video, only because, yeah, like I said, it kind of changes all over the world. I was also asked to do a video on like boys and first dates and advice and all that type of stuff. I am single, yes I am, but I still feel like I do love to give dating advice. You know, the coaches aren't the ones that play, they're the ones that sit on the sidelines and really advise others. So I definitely will be doing more videos throughout this year that you guys actually have asked for in the past. But as for today, I will be doing it basically on my experience at the BU Fashion Parade while I make my breakfast smoothie, because I didn't really know what else to do in this video. I didn't really just want to be talking to the camera. I was like, let's do something fun. And who doesn't like eating or drinking? What is a smoothie? Do you eat a smoothie? Do you drink it? You know what? No. You drink a smoothie and you eat a smoothie bowl. I was about to ask a poll or something, but it's not even worth debating. That's actually the truth. If you think otherwise, then you're cancelled, but yeah. Okay, so you might be asking, what is the BU Fashion Parade? And it is Adelaide's biggest fashion show, which features a lot of Australia's top designers, local boutiques and brands. And yeah, it happens at the Influencers Church Auditorium. You know, I'm actually going to read what it says on the website, because I just could really sell it short. So it says, with over 100 models of every age, size, and ethnicity providing a stunning display of spring fashion for every woman, this is Adelaide's biggest fashion show, adding dance, multimedia, and vocal performances, and you have a night out that is well worth the $20 it costs for a ticket. There's also an opportunity to support local businesses in our shopping expo and be a part of our support of the Eastern Adelaide Domestic Violence Shelter. Over the last 4 years, fashion show attendees have raised thousands of dollars that have built a boutique that beautifully presents clothing donations and gives the women and children a shopping experience, and have renovated a common kitchen used by clients to prepare meals. Grab some girlfriends and book your tickets now for the best seats and be a part of this amazing event. So I actually have memories of attending the BU fashion show when I was younger, and I really loved it because they show you all these different outfits. They have live performances. It's just a very lively experience, and they hold it all at Influencers Church. And you might be thinking like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Like, a church is basically for praising God. How are they going to do a fashion show there and what? But basically the experience is to kind of show people that God's house, you know, the church, is a place that everybody's welcome, and you should feel so comfortable there, and that there are different ways to promote God. And so I love especially that the BU fashion show raises money for the Eastern Adelaide Domestic Violence Shelter. And it's not just like a fashion show where the money goes back to models or, you know, the people involved. Like, the money actually goes towards women who have found themselves in a situation of domestic violence and they need assistance. So that is basically the BU fashion show, what it's about, what it supports. And yeah, let me go into the story of how I actually ended up walking in the BU fashion show in 2019. Okay, so let's get started on making the smoothie. I just kind of begin by adding in my oats. These are just Coles brand rolled oats, but I am so particular in the oats I use. I don't know why, but I just really am. And so this is about what, half a cup, maybe a quarter cup? What is that, a quarter cup, half a cup? Couldn't tell you. I'm just gonna go in with some almond milk, unsweetened vanilla flavor, because who doesn't love a hint of vanilla? Just gonna add her in. Until the oats are covered, and I'm actually gonna put this in the fridge to kind of set for a little bit, because I don't like it when the oats aren't like, I don't know, I don't know, it just kind of helps when it sets a bit. So 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. So, a couple of people had actually told me that I should audition for the BU Fashion Parade, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have loved this for forever since I've known about it. Why don't I go for it? So I actually prayed about it and I was like, God, please make a way for me to actually model in the BU Fashion Show if you want me to, and if not, that's okay. I still pray that it goes well. Well, turns out that the Saturday they were having auditions, I wasn't even going to be in Adelaide, I was going to be in Perth. And I kind of took that as my sign that I wasn't actually meant to model in the BU fashion show. But anyway, moving forward, the auditions were on Saturday. I flew out to Perth on Saturday, but on Friday night, I was asked to sing at Friday Night Church at Influencers. Now, I hope nobody from Influencers is watching this, but I was actually going to cancel singing at Friday because I didn't actually have fuel in my car, and I was like, well, look, I'm going to Perth tomorrow anyway, and I'm gonna catch like an Uber, an Ola ride there to the airport, or get one of my friends to do it. So there's no point in putting fuel in my car. So I was going to cancel singing at Friday Night Church because I was like, what's the point? I'm leaving, I'm catching a flight, adios. But to be honest, God really fought hard for me to be there on Friday. Like, he just made a way in every way possible. I actually got a call from my friend, and she told me that she was having trouble breathing. She was having some throat issues. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it was something up in that area. She was like, I'm actually gonna put $10 into your account so that you can get the fuel to pick me up and to take me to the hospital. And I was like, that $10 was actually going to be enough to get me to Influencers to sing on Friday and back, and to take her to the hospital. I mean, little disclaimer, she is okay, she's doing fine. I think she had a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee, I don't know, but she had burnt something and then like she was struggling to breathe, but she is a-okay. So knowing that I had the money to sing on Friday Night Church, I was like, okay, God, I was like, there's a reason you want me here, let's go. So I went, I sang, I listened to the word, it was all good, and then I was kind of just like, I drove home and I was like, what was the reason?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just
like, what was the reason? To be honest, anybody could have replaced me because it just seemed like we were kind of going through the motions. I was like, there was nothing that significant about me being here on Friday. What was the reason? And then I actually got a message from the sister of the girl who organizes the BU Fashion Parade, and she was basically saying, hey, we saw you singing at Friday Night Church. We were wondering if you could actually put in an application to be a part of the BU Fashion Show if you want, because we do know that you are going to be away during auditions, but if you put in an application, you can still participate in that. And I was like, damn, look at God work, because I fully thought like I was not supposed to be a part of it, but turns out God really can open doors that we think are meant to be shut for us. So when I got that message, I was like, because I really do love modeling. I love anything to do with fashion, being on a runway. I love that. Like, that's actually my passion. So I went to Perth really happy, and yeah, let me just be honest, that entire time in Perth, we were eating like, we we were eating like it was nobody's business. That was actually for my birthday, so it was like a girls trip kind of a thing. Me and my sisters are the worst influences on each other, so we just ate so poorly. And I was actually so concerned because I was like, okay, when I come back and I go to Adelaide, I have to actually be a part of this whole BU fashion show. And like I felt as though I had myself a pregnant stomach with me. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. All right, let me go actually grab my oats and keep going with this whole smoothie process. They haven't set perfectly, but you know, it's good enough. And I'm gonna actually just put in some of this banana. But yeah, basically I was feeling a little bit on the insecure side, and that's definitely one of my high priorities in 2020, to not operate out of fear. Like, I don't want to make any decisions based on fear. To be honest, I know people say that I'm a very outgoing person, I'm not shy, and I'm actually not shy, but I do think that there are a lot of things that I would also be doing in my life if I wasn't sometimes just lacking a bit of courage. So I think that I definitely want to be more courageous. 2020, that's the year for that. And it's all in the mindset. So I think that if I actually feel insecure or I feel like I can't do something, like if it's not hurting anybody, I'm just gonna do it, because God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of courage, sound mind, love. Like, we got this. So I actually almost told them that I wasn't going to do the BU fashion show, just because I thought, look, some people have really prepared for this. Me on the other hand, I've been eating like it's my last meal and someone's about to come and remove my access to food forever. By the way, I added in some frozen mango, that's what this was. And now we're gonna toss in some watermelon. I think one of the main things that kept me going in the BU fashion show, obviously God, because he really gives courage to those who lack it, but also the fact that they were giving away free eyelash extensions for the people wearing specific brands. And I was actually wearing one of the brands that were connected to the people who were offering the free eyelash extensions. And y'all already know me and eyelash extensions, like we go way back. And so to get them for free, I wasn't gonna pass that up. So I really was like, you know what? Insecurity wear, let's do the BU fashion show. And so the week leading up to the BU fashion show was kind of hectic, you know. We had a lot of rehearsals, a lot of practices, a lot of fittings. And I was also still, you know, doing my uni assignments, group presentations, going to band practice for singing at church. There were just a lot of different things I had to do in that week, and so it was pretty hectic. Okay. That fell on the floor. Y'all didn't see that, but anyway, this is actually my smoothie done. I'm gonna put it through the blender thing, and it's gonna go so yeah. Maybe I'll put this back in the fridge for a little bit so I can actually have my oats sitting a little bit more, and then I'll put it through the blender to go so wait 2 more seconds. Okay, I'm back. So I would definitely say that the week leading up to the BU fashion show was one of the most busiest weeks of my life. One of the most draining weeks, but also a very fun and positive week. The thing I especially loved is that because this was run by a church, they actually really kept instilling in us that we as the models are to go about showing God's love and to go about being a bright light, because the people doing our makeup, the people who are producing the outfits for us to wear and promote, not all of them are Christians, and so this might be the only contact they might have with someone who is connected to God, and we don't want to leave them with a sour taste in their mouth. Because look, just because you're a Christian does not mean you're a good person, does not mean you're kind. It's not an automatic thing, but we basically just wanted everybody involved in the experience to leave with a good impression on God, on the church, and to actually feel welcome. So there were actually a lot of different groups. There were people modeling for plus size brands, there were people modeling for fashion in sportwear, there were people modeling, you know, for the men's clothes, for the kids, for formal wear, for casual wear. There were a lot of different groups, and the group that I was in, majority of the girls in my group were genuine models. They were they actually modeled as a profession. They modeled in their past. They were just so thin. Self-esteem wise, internally, I can't say I was the strongest there, but like I said, the show goes on, and I really actually did get my eyelashes done, so there was no backing out. But now all the people involved were so lovely, and then when we did get to the day of the BU fashion show, it was like one of the highlights of my 2019. We had our hair and our makeup done. They had had a whole grazing table of food for us to have. It was actually very hectic because when the show began, like, it was basically you have to be behind the changers, quick change, next thing, go out, come back, quick change, next look, go out. It was proper full on, and I actually really enjoyed the whole busyness and the whole madness of a fashion show. I just, call me crazy, but I love that. And I'll include, you know, some little videos of that. I'll include some photos roughly about here. Yeah, I don't really know what else to kind of say. If you're looking for a really good girls' night later this year, please do buy tickets for the BU fashion show. Do not be a stranger to that because it's so much fun when you're actually sitting in the seats, getting to watch it all. They have prizes throughout the nights, and it's so encouraging and so empowering for women. And I just would love to actually get this video out so people can know in advance about the BU fashion show, so that when it comes in 2020 and all the years to come, you get yourself a ticket, you get yourself there, because yeah, it's really an experience that is so much fun and it raises money for a beautiful cause. Okay, here's my smoothie. I'm actually gonna go blend it up and I'll be back. 2 more seconds, hold up. And here's the final smoothie, looking like a pinkity drinkity. Actually, I don't know what that looks like, but you know, it's just looking a bit cute, a bit curie. And yeah, to be honest, like, I know how it tastes. Like, it tastes nice on my behalf. If you want, you could probably add some honey to it. Like, I'm actually acting like you're gonna make this. You're probably not. It was just something to put on the side so that this video wasn't just me talking. But moral of the story is basically to always be courageous. Ask yourself before you make any decision, am I making this decision based on fear, or am I making it based on what I genuinely desire? Because I genuinely desired to model in the BU fashion show, and fear could have actually stopped me from doing so. Because that's the bit that the photos will not show you. The photos will not show you that people actually aren't as confident as they may appear to be, you know? You guys even saw the video of me crying like ugly tears about my natural hair. And it's like, if you saw the photos on my Instagram, you might be like, oh, she's perfectly fine. But it's like, you look at my YouTube and it's like, oh, okay, this girl's a little bit But that's why I said for me, 2020 is my year of acting courageous, being fearless. I know I have made decisions in the past, even when I haven't felt so courageous, but there are definitely a few smaller decisions I haven't made in my life, or probably missed out on in the past, because I was afraid maybe of what people might have thought, or maybe I wanted to, I don't know all the times when I've ever acted out of fear, but there are a few of them, and I've made it my goal that 2020 is gonna be different. But yeah, basically this video is done. There's not a whole lot left that I want to really say. Maybe a quick shout out to Jericho, because he bought me the nicest little dessert that I devoured after the BU fashion show, and I'm gonna put a photo of it right here. You're the real MVP, Jericho, and you did me right. But let me actually finish it here. Let me say a quick little prayer, do my air kisses, and then we finish the show. I'm gonna go have my smoothie. Okay, so let me quickly pray. Dear God, I want to thank you for whoever is watching this video. I pray that their 2020 be filled with so much love, positivity, joy, and that you please be with them during the best times and also during the worst times. I pray that we all be so courageous and we just live life to the fullest. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. But yeah, last thing is my air kisses. If you don't know the drill, it's because you're not subscribed, and this is probably gonna be one of the only times I'm gonna say it this year, But do like, share, and subscribe. Tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your uncles, tell everybody. If you don't, I'm not gonna check you, but you know, just do it. Okay, so air kisses. Mwah, mwah. And I'm gonna catch you in the next video. If you want, definitely do make this smoothie. It's delicious and nutritious. 2020, we're making good choices health-wise. I genuinely have nothing left to say. Let me just end this here. And yeah, have a good day. Bye. It's kind of funny because I actually still need to click the button to turn it off.
Is that Spanish or French?